together with Casper and Jay to present Financial Piggy, better known as FiPi. I will start by explaining some about our background before we get into details of FiPi app exactly. So, I'm the CEO and co-founder of FiPi Limited, a company registered in Poland, with its registered seat also in Poland. My background in crypto comes from a years as a cryptocurrency trader and owner of cryptocurrency mine. Outside of that, I'm a lawyer and I'm offering people consulting service, especially for technological giants such as Samsung and LG. So the FiPi app idea was created to offer an automated solution for crypto investors. So using the algorithm and technology offered by our strategical partner Beta GmbH, we are able to give our user the best possible opportunities at maximizing their own return on investment. So the reason why we have partnered with Beta is because they are the world first provider of, I would say, so-called end-to-end infrastructure provider for index-based investing. Most of you can ask, what does it mean for our users? So in my view and in our view, this means that our users will enjoy all of data and algorithm that they have been created to, I would say, outperform any regular assets on a year-by-year basis. On the other hand, and another very important thing to mention is that Beta GmbH is registered as a benchmark administrator under the German Federal Financial Authority. So this is the point while we are thinking that we are confident on the service based on which we are providing you data. This puts our company and FiPi in the unique position to offer all of our users the access to investing, I would say, like never before and like nothing before. So the only thing that user have to do is to sign up, complete their portfolio. In case of fiats, they will need to complete AML and KYC stuff, link their debit or credit card, and select any of the presented formulas to start investing with the crypto indexes that we are providing you with. So in our view, the process behind is kept simple on its purpose. So it would appeal to the user just like, for example, setting the Netflix or Spotify. I will now let Jay, who is also our marketing manager, explain more details about our project and some details about FiPi about.
Hi, everyone. First of all, thank you for being here. Thank you for having us, Alex. I'll jump right into the case. As Machi already mentioned, we are basically focusing on two major investor groups. The first one being the new investor. So people that are not yet in crypto, people that hear about it on the news, on all kinds of media, are trying to figure out, where do I get started? How do I invest into crypto? Most importantly, of course, for those investors is how to get their assets into crypto, but in a safe way. So that is where the FiPi app comes in. And what we do is we offer them a safe way to have exposure to crypto. Okay. I was getting an echo from Machi. So what we are offering is basically a gateway to crypto exposure by giving them access to the FiPi app, which in turn will offer them, like Machi said, easy access through similar apps like Netflix and Spotify. What we mean by that is you just hook up your debit card or your credit card, and that's how easy it'll be. So it is very important that we give those people a very easy gateway without a lot of steps. Like currently, in the BSC space, we have like go to KuCoin, do all these things before you can buy a token. So that's what we wanted to avoid for those people. The second group of investors are people like us, people in the space looking for good projects and good returns, of course. Far too often we get caught up in quick pump and dumps, and where everyone is chasing the next moonshot. So FiPi is actually something to take away from that, and it exists to comfortably, choose however much you want to invest every month, and FiPi will just do the rest. What I mean by FiPi will do the rest is currently our FiPi app has three indexes. An index is basically a group of assets that is selected by our strategic partner, Beta GmbH, who provides index information and the algorithms to all kinds of different companies so they can strategically make the best investment choices. FiPi is the first application that will have crypto indexes to let their users have exposure to them. We are currently offering three, like I mentioned earlier. The FiPi 30, which has the 30 best performing assets. Then we have the FiPi DeFi index and the FiPi Meta NFT index. Why we chose those extra indexes is because we will have a lot of new investors, like I said, that are hearing things on the news, seeing things in articles and stuff like that, and they hear words like metaverse, they hear DeFi, but they have no idea what a DeFi token is. How do you get into DeFi? There are so many obstacles and steps along the way that you have to figure out before you can have access to many DeFi tokens, for example. So what our indexes do is, oh, you're interested in DeFi, you think that's the future, and you want exposure in your portfolio for the DeFi index. Well, our partner provides us with the 15 best performing assets in the DeFi space. And we take whatever amount you selected every month, and we put a little bit into every token. Of course, the exact number of how much is being put into each token, again, is offered by our strategic partner, who is a benchmark administrator and are fully licensed to give out financial advice like that. So we can keep your portfolio as an investor as close as possible to the return margin of the actual index. So that's why we thought it was important to have these three categories. It will become more in the future, of course, but we started out with these three. So people that invest are not looking at just making one choice. We want people to have the freedom to play around, but still in a safe and protected way, of course. So what the app basically does for you is you choose how much money you want to put in. If you say $1,000 a month, the app will take that and on a weekly basis rebalance your portfolio. So every week it looks at what is the best options for me to hold all these assets. Should I rebalance? Should I sell a little bit of this and buy more of that? And it also dollar cost averages to better your entry position, basically. So, besides that, what is very important for our investors is, of course, where does the value come from the FiPi token? Why should you buy the FiPi token and not just use the application? So first of all, the first thing that we created is um, a way for users to get discounts. What I mean by discounts is if you're using the FiPi app, you're depositing, you're withdrawing, you're doing the rebalancing. All those things come with operational costs and fees, of course. So by holding a FiPi token, you get a discount. Depending on how much FiPi you hold, your discount increases, and people that buy at least one BNB in the pre-sale will actually get a legendary tier status, which gives them a lifetime free withdrawal, free deposit, free rebalancing. It's basically zero fees for the rest of the lifetime that you're using the application. Other than that, with these fees, we have 20% of the total revenue that is generated by this application that will be sent back into the chart in the form of buybacks. So as our user base grows, we have a constant pressure of all those fees, 20% of them getting cut and getting put into the chart, so that we have that constant buy pressure regardless of the situation on the actual market itself.
Okay. Wow. That's quite a lot to take. First of all, yeah, thanks for the introduction and for presenting the some of the features. What I'm mainly curious about is because I see that the team has quite a vast experience. I'm actually on your website right now reading a bit about your team, the core team, but your advisors as well. So it kind of begs the question, at least for me, and I think the community would be interested to know as well. First of all, is this your first project within this formula as the core team? And how did you guys come up with this idea? Because I mean, some of the features maybe I've seen out there, but not in this particular synergy. So, how did you guys start to develop such a concept and project?
Yeah, so if I can start, this is not our first business project. We had few projects, business projects that we have developed successfully. This is first thing. Second thing that we came up to introduce you with the 5Pi app idea because of the fact that I have contact with Casper, that is head of our development department, because we had no more time to do everything that is connected with cryptocurrency trading. So this is the tool that we will use as experienced crypto traders, right? And the second thing is that we are going to use this app as we have experience in the crypto space and as a crypto traders, and we know that going and buying and selling and doing rebalancing takes a lot of time. That is why in our view, this is the only method that in long term we are able to be successful in the crypto market, right? So this is not our first business project that we are about to do. I hope that this is sufficient answer for your question.
Definitely. Yes, you covered the full question with your answer. I'm impressed, and what I mean by that is, I think one of the most important features that you bring to the table, and this is a concept that I personally I try to apply to several, if not all, of my crypto possessions, the DCA part. Now, the DCA part comes, at least that's how I see it. Some of the features are maybe for the more experienced users. They kind of understand how the passive management of the portfolio works. The part with the DCA comes into account for mainly, I'll say, the beginners out there. And what I mean by that is, often you find yourself buying a token, you don't really research it, you just find it appealing. But what happens when, such as today, for example, there's a correction, you don't DCA because you're already in a panic state and you're wondering, what should I do? Should I sell? Mainly you're gonna sell. That's the general rule. You're panicked.
Our solution is free of emotions. This is first thing, because we believe that in long-term vision and long-term profits, the only way to be successful, you need to be free of the emotions. Because please have a look. from the time that crypto market has started, year by year we are growing. And it is not point that today we have a dip and tomorrow we have all-time high. It's not about that. It's about the fact that constantly we'll keep our users' portfolio growing, same as market is growing. So we are aiming for such solution that okay, today we can have a dip, tomorrow we can have all-time high. It doesn't matter in a long-term vision, because in a long term the market is growing constantly, right? So we will also educate our clients about all those factors that have impact on their portfolio. So I don't think that in a short term the dips and all-time high will have any impact on a portfolio that they are storing with us.
Yeah, exactly. That was my next point. You guys are taking the pain, and yeah, I speak for myself maybe when I say this. To follow a chart and to try to find your good entry point or your good exit point, no matter what you're trying to achieve, has always been a struggle because it takes a lot of emotion, it consumes a lot of time, and so on and so forth. So that's what you guys bring to the table, and I think it's just brilliant because it comes down, you're imposing and you're educating the people. Listen, this is what you can do, and this is what's recommended actually to be done within the long term. Sure, you can go ahead and flip your degen coins, not a problem. Go and do that on your own. But when it comes to your stability, to your portfolio, to your asset management and your risk management all together, this is what we bring to the table. And it's just
Yeah,
big, man. I mean, yeah.
this is the exact point of our view, because you could buy BTC with 10K right price. It can go down right now even 100%, and still you will be with a profit. And this is something that we are aiming for. You can invest now, and the longer you hold the assets in the manner that they are listed in one of our free and later on with much more indexes, still you will be on a plus side, right? You will not lose. So the longer you hold the portfolio with 5-pi index, the less is the risk of not having a profit.
Yeah, yeah, it all makes sense when you put it that way. You kind of bring the pieces together as in a puzzle. So thanks for sharing that, Maciej. In terms of, and this is what I wanted to kind of digress into, and then we'll go a bit into your development. What I think it's kind of huge is to mention towards the community in terms of the roadmap before digressing into what are you guys doing right now and what's about to come. I think it's interesting to mention the fact that you've been around since Q3 2021. That's when your idea started to kind of expand and grow roots. You created the beta version, you started the team, and so on and so forth. Um, I'm not gonna go ahead and read the roadmap, but I will list it in the Phoenix chat. Where are you right now on the roadmap, and what is there to be expected within the short term? What type of sale is there? Launch, so on and so forth.
Yeah, so we should start from the point that expect Casper, that is head of our development department at 5-pi Limited, and he's coordinating work of entire teamwork, right? We have also Adrian, that is e-commerce and sales specialist, and he's coordinating the work of our sales department. And as for now, we are bringing you idea, and not only idea, but almost ended product that we are about to launch. So we are not selling you the token that is included in the ecosystem that is based on the idea. We are bringing you token that is based on ecosystem, so that is based also on a product that is almost about to be launched, right? So we are we have almost done everything in our ecosystem. So both 5Pi app and everything that is that you may see in this picture that Kasper is screening has been almost done, right? So we are about to launch a final product, and as for now, everything has been funded by our company's funds by itself.
Okay. Oh, sorry about that. I was actually talking on mute. Yeah, I think it's so much development that you guys are showing to us. But again, there are so many more that you are trying to not trying. You're going to achieve. Uh, Congratulations, first of all, for the way that you're presenting your website and the roadmap itself. Personally, I think it's encompassing pretty much every single thing that you would need to know in regards to the token. And many projects out there are lacking this because they think it's sufficient to say this is when it started, this is what we're doing now, this is what you can expect, and so on and so forth, and we'll see in the future. But to have an ample figure and to kind of have the whole picture of what's about to come even next year, of course we're looking at in theory, because I'm 100% positive that you guys are gonna expand and develop even more. But it gives me a brief idea about Q1 2023. Right now you're looking to expand on the payment methods. You want to add GPay, Apple Pay, MasterCard, so on and so forth. So that's a work in progress. The listing is expected or worked upon to be done in Q1 2023. So those are important things that we as potential investors and communities, we're happy to find out about. So yeah, congratulations again for this. I think it brings it even an
Yes.
extra bit.
Yeah, thank you for that. I just want to underline one thing, that the 5Pi app is just the first milestone in our ecosystem, because as some of you may notice that our roadmap is not only about launching the 5Pi app. It's something more. We're gonna have a loan system. We're gonna have some kind of staking, I would say, that is called 5Pi dividend system, that for big holders we will share with big holders. We will share our profits that came from the 5Pi app. So yeah, thinking about 5Pi, you should not consider only 5Pi app, but you should consider entire 5Pi ecosystem, I would say.
Exactly, and this actually adds up to my comment when stating that you guys are providing the full picture out there. Um, and this is just one thing that I see, and I just love it. You guys are already, and I see you did your research. You know what you're talking about, and the way this is built is going to be, I'll say, maybe 150% directed towards your community, because I see that already in Q3 you are planning on implementing a 5Pi app loyalty program. Can you
Yeah.
give us a bit more details? How will that work? What type of
Yeah.
program do you have in mind?
The mechanism is very simple, because as you may see, we believe in simplicity of the solutions that we are providing users with, right? So starting from the 5Pi app, that within 3 clicks you will be able to invest and have exposure for some part of the crypto market. Same as in this case, we believe that simplicity is the key of success. So once you will let someone know about 5Pi app, and your friend will register into the 5Pi app, right? You will get some reward, and I think this is the most efficient way to promote the app. Expect, of course, those regular applications. Regular promotions that we're gonna have. Yeah, so I believe that the simplicity is the key of efficient marketing in each aspect.
Very well put. Yeah, and this, yeah, again, and then I'm not taking you guys in comparison with other projects. What I'm simply stating towards you guys more is that you're not trying to overachieve. You're trying to bring it, one step after the other. You're taking it in an organic way and trying to build your community. So yeah, that's just wonderful from my perspective. Let's touch a bit the point of your tokenomics. What can you tell us about those, and how is this going to work? Because I see, and again, yeah, I'm on your website right now. I see there have been some points touched, like a seed round, a private round, so on and so forth. So if you can expand a bit about those.
Yeah, Alex, I would like to just underline one thing that US companies now are trying to do ETF on Bitcoin, right? Most of you
Yeah,
may notice those announcements from US companies. Please note that almost everything that they are doing based on a Bitcoin. We are far away from that, and we are a few steps in front of them, and we are doing something that may be called ETF, but on not one cryptocurrencies, but on many cryptocurrencies that may give our users exposure for each part of cryptocurrency market. But getting to the tokenomics, as you may see, I will not go through the numbers because those numbers you may read based on the picture that Casper is sharing. Anyway, we have done dozens of meetings and dozens of hours spent on the tokenomics that you may see now. And one thing is sure that we are fundraising just about $500,000 with seed, private, and pre-sale, while we are going to have right about 100K market cap. So this is ultra market cap token that will allow us to do easily some profits right after the launch. So we are long-term project, but for those of you who are looking for a short-term and big profits, we are also providing you with such. But I believe Jay may tell more about, as he's our specialist from this side. Jay, do you hear us? Yeah, I think we have lost Jay from the AMA session. So let me go through the our tokenomics. Yeah.
Sorry about that. I had to reconnect.
Okay, Jay, we hear you again. So
Yes.
I was just telling
Yeah.
our AMA participants about our tokenomics. Initial market cap that is ultra low. Maybe you would like to add anything to that, and why the ultra low market cap is crucial for investors.
Yeah, of course. So that's what investors love to see, of course, is because of how our tokenomics are set up. We will start out with a low market cap to give people those excess that they are looking for, because even though this project is long term and the vision on it is long term too, as you can see in our tokenomics for the team tokens, for example, we have set up a cliff of 12 months, which means that for 12 months the team will not receive any tokens. And this should be an indicator of how the vision is for this project. It is definitely long term, but we also understand that investors are more willing to participate if they start out in a very favorable spot, which would then be buying into the pre-sale, starting out at a low market cap and being up big in green. Even if that doesn't mean that you necessarily are going to sell, it feels better as an investor to hold while you're up in profit. So that's why we worked out the tokenomics in such a way that you're gonna start out from the bottom, which is 100K, and in my opinion is a great entry point for anyone looking to invest in a project that has utility like this, that has a team behind it, that has all this information, that has these partnerships, the licensing, the structuring to be an actual company and not just be another meme token.
Definitely. What I see, and I mean, I think everybody can agree with me. What I see on the screen, this is not your typical distribution of your supply and typical tokenomics. I mean, it's a reasonable distribution between your seed, your private, and again, there must be a difference because if you take a look at and again, this is maybe more for the community. Take a look at the seed. You are getting a 2x compared to your pre-sale, but on the other hand, your pre-sale is going to get 30% on TGE, that's launch day, and then your seed is going to get 5% plus then a 3 month cliff, while the pre-sale gets linear on 10 month. So these are not just thrown numbers out there. This is well thought and well distributed, and the seed has been, if I'm not mistaken.
Jay, you want
Right?
to take this?
I think this.
You want me to talk about our idea of seed and private that we have already done.
Well, basically, what I wanted to know, Maciej, is right now, correct me if I'm wrong, your seed round and your private round, those are already done. So the contributions are in and it's full.
This has been already done, and we have researched dozens of BSC and not only BSC projects, right? And we have noticed that most of the investors that come with seed and private, those are most of all venture capitals that can bring only promotion in the BSC and not only BSC space, right? But we went far away from that, and we have concluded agreements, investment agreements, with the companies that may help us, and they will help us with bringing the FiPi up to the different level. Because in a seed round, we have mixed the DEC venture, that is clean cryptocurrency venture capital, and we have mixed them with the capitals and the companies that are specialists in media, and that they have institutional clients that are interested in our complex solution, right? So this is something that differs us from the other BSC projects. That is first thing. In case of private sale, as you may see, we have only 4% of allocation, and this also differs us from other projects because private sale investors will not be able to dump the price at the listing. Because please note that we have only collected like 100K from the private sale, and assuming that we are having 10% of release on TGE, that means that only 10K from the private sale will be released once we are launched. So this makes us as a project very easily to get some access right after the launch.
Indeed. Yeah, it all makes sense. And the reason why I've asked you this is so that the community understands in regards to the funds and to the acceptance of the ideas. Those are already, so your seed is done, your private is done. People support this. People understand the benefit of the project itself and what's about to do once it's at its full capacity. Many investors over at BSC are not really, let's say, lenient with vesting. In my opinion, vesting can make the difference between a good project and a bad one.
Yeah,
So,
but Alex, please note one thing that we are almost finishing our FiPi app, right? And everything so far has been done by funds provided by our company. This is first thing. We do not need any funds that are collected by pre-sale, seed, and private round. Everything so far has been done by our own funds, and everything that will be collected will be used only for marketing purpose of our project. This is something I believe unique because our app is complex. We are partnership with a real entity that is able and is allowed to provide all this data, and everything that we are collecting now will be done for marketing purpose, both in crypto space and in a regular space. So please also, Kasper, if you could go to the tokenomics, please also note that, to be honest, we do not need the team tokens. Please have a look at the team line, and for 12 months cliff. For the first year of launching the project, we will not have any token from our project. We are aiming to have profits not from the BSC token. This is something additional to our project. We are aiming, as we are businessmen with experience, to having a profits from the app and from the business opportunities that we have created. We will not sell within first year any kind of any tokens that are allocated for a team. Also, please note that our team is not only Kasper, Maciej, so me, and Adrian. We are entire company that have many employees, and those tokens will be used as an extra salary for our employees. So there is no possibility of having price dump due to the fact that team tokens will be sold.
Indeed, and that's I mean, towards your potential investors, towards your community. I think this goes a long way because you as a team are basically stating, listen, we love it, we love our project, but what we're willing to do, although there's a 10% for us for an entire year, we're not going to get anything. And even after that, you guys are not getting the full amount of 10%, which means 6 million tokens. You're getting 10% per quarter. So, I mean, if this doesn't show dedication, please go ahead, Maciej.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt. Please continue.
Yeah, I was about to say that this shows dedication and kind of motivates the typical investors such as myself and everybody that's already here with us in the AMA to consider that this is a fair opportunity to everybody because the team is at the same level as we're gonna be. So you're not gonna have anything. You're gonna go from scratch, and
Yeah, I would rather say that if you want to end together with FIPA Limited, then go into the pre-sale. To be honest, maybe my team will hate me for that statement, but we do not need to do pre-sale. We have covered everything by the company's funds. Now we are giving you opportunity to earn together with us, I would say.
that's a cool perspective of showing things.
Alex, no, we are exposing our project to regular investors. I would say the investors from street, right? And this is, I would say, our main target. But on the other hand, we are in the BSC space, and on the other hand, we want to also have an exposure for the investors from that space and from that market. That is why we are doing pre-sale. We do not need a pre-sale to finish our app. This is almost finished product with everything settled up. So now we are doing pre-sale only to get a promotion of our product rather than to have a cash for investment, if it's clear for all of you.
It is. What I can say is you have my respect for putting things into this perspective. Um, I mean, to to kind of say that we don't need a pre-sale, not only is this a bold statement, but I understand your judgment and I know where you're coming from. I mean, this is putting your project out there. I mean, you're 100% sure of what you have, of the success that you can bring to this, that you would market it instantly without going through a pre-sale. This is just, I mean, yeah, I cannot wait for this for all this the steps, the pre-sales to end, so that we can see the launch, because you guys you project so much confidence within the product, and the product is so well built and researched. I would launch it tomorrow if I were you, just for us to see it. But again, yeah,
Yeah,
go through your
go to
pre-sales.
your pre-sales.
Don't listen to me.
That it's not about being confident, but we know that we do not have any other projects in the crypto space that are working similar to us. We are the entity registered in Poland. We will have subsidiary registered in Switzerland, and our product gonna be worldwide, right? So if someone will not jump right now into the project, he or she will miss the opportunity to earn with us.
Fair point. Fair point. What can I say, Maciej? In terms of confidence, I mean, and again, not to confuse it, you guys are not arrogant in your statements, but you make some good, compelling ideas. And personally, I'm a fan. I'm a fan. I congratulate you for the way that you presented this so far.
So far,
And since we got some minutes left, would it be okay if I were to ask some of the community questions? Is that okay for you? Maybe one or two
one or
before
two
we
we
wrap up.
There is no problem, even if someone will ask about methodology or anything regarding this. We may share with you every detail of our application. This is not confidential, and we may share every detail of our indexes or anything else.
Awesome. Okay, let me. I selected a couple of questions from the chat. So one of them, and this was actually a curiosity of mine as well, is and again, in maybe simple, plain terms, so that we can understand. How are you gonna ensure that the indexes that that FiPi will retrieve from from the German company, I mean, along with the German company, how will you ensure that those indexes are correct and real-time fetched? What kind of mechanism is it to ensure accuracy?
Yeah, so Kasper, if you could please share with people that are with us now the methodology of the indexes that are staying behind the idea. You know, the idea behind the indexes are not so complicated, but we do believe that in a long term, I mean, not in the weeks, but in the months and within the years, you are not able to do DCA on a weekly basis. You are not able to do rebalancing and all this stuff. So in our view, assuming that we are following the market, right? And we are giving you opportunity to grow same as the market grows, there is no possibility of losing cash. Look at the S&P 500. Most of you are following, guys, this index, right? Because this is something that is giving indication how the crypto market will work. And we are giving you complex working solution that will work same as S&P 500, US 30, and so on. So we are giving you opportunity to grow in a long term, to grow same as the market.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Thanks for the. And again, I mean, I'm sure that behind it there's a pretty complex strategy, but we just wanted to know the rough picture. Um,
Yeah, if I may add something, uh, the data that we will be provided with came from a licensed company. The benchmark company, the Beta GmbH is strictly regulated market. No, not everyone can provide such data. You need to have license, and there are very strict rules who can get such license. Also, Beta GmbH is not only providing indexes in crypto market. For example, they are also providing indexes, or I don't know,
Plus 5.
rising company in China or something like that. They are also following stock markets, fuel markets, and so on and so on. So they are experienced company, they are licensed. So I believe that this can ensure you that you can trust the data that they provide. We trust this data.
And Alex, do you know such a platform like Plus 500?
okay, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so they are also strategical partner of the Plus 500 platform. So I think that this is the best evidence of what they are doing.
Okay, okay. It makes even more sense right now. Definitely. I mean, it begs to wonder and I don't know if you can share this with us right now, but what other partners, um, either do you plan on achieving, or do you have already any other partnerships since we,
Yeah,
we got on this road?
of course, as we are businessmen from the real world, we had to find the partnerships in the crypto space, right? So this is something obvious. So that is why we have a partnership with Zelwin Finance, that is ecosystem above, I believe, as for now, over $200 million right now. We are partnership with the moonstarter.net that will be launched on. We are partnership with DEC Venture that has invested into our project, and their CTO is our advisor. We have also Adlunam, that is a company that is advising us. We have Saplik Media, that is in real world, I would say, our advisor of promoting and marketing of our complex solution, so 5i app. We have Sky Club, that is a huge entity from Poland that is taking care of our real world connections. We have also some other companies that are connected with us, such as Escola, that is helping us with developing the PyPy app, and they are provider of most complicated and most complex solutions for the e-banking system from Poland that is well known from its efficiency. As for now, to be honest, we may not reveal any other partnerships because we have NDAs signed, and I would stay away from revealing our further cooperations.
It only makes sense, and thanks for sharing what you could. Again, the purpose of the question wasn't to actually find out all the partners, because yeah, and I cannot stress this enough. We people need to kind of understand that when it comes to marketing and partnerships and some of the future plans, not all of them can be revealed, either under an NDA or not. Yeah, I mean, you need to build it one step at a time. So yeah,
Yeah,
not divulging their plans.
I will stress one thing that Saplik Media, that is our seed investor, is the company that is familiar with even Polish televisions stations. So in case of BSC markets marketing, you may hear us right here, right? But in case of regular marketing in Poland and European Union countries, you will be able to see us even if in television. So our product gonna be a huge worldwide product, not only in the BSC space that most of you may think about, right? So this is something that differs us from the other projects in the BSC space.
Indeed, yeah, you definitely you guys as a team, you definitely bring a unique concept. Now, what I love to do before we end this and we wrap this wonderful AMA that has been so far, I'm gonna give you guys my ending statement, my personal opinion on the token, and then I'll let you, Maciej, end on your ending statement, and then we can wrap it up. Is that okay with you if we do it like this?
Yeah, but to be on same page, I believe Jay will do the summary as he's best on that side.
Okay. Well, let me start by first of all by saying thank you. Thank you to the FiPi team for being here with us at Phoenix, for presenting your concept, your ideas, your vision, for putting so much passion into a project that can definitely change the course of at least of the investors and their concept and their mentality. As I've said, at least one of the features, the part where you learn to DCA and you manage your risk, that's going to be a huge game changer. So thank you for taking the time to be here with us. I love how you guys actually researched so many angles for the project, for the ecosystem, because that's what you guys are going to build within the future. I think this is long term because you kind of studied and you're bringing vast experience. You're combining a lot of knowledge amongst you, your advisors, your team, your strategic partners, and so on and so forth. You're going to encompass a lot of skills to make this a feasible and sustainable project over the course of years, for sure, for the years to come. um, what can I say? You bring a lot of power to the table by combining your variables, and I think with the proper marketing, which remains to be seen, because again, we don't want to take too much of your future plans. Combine that with everything that we presented today, we have a well researched and thought project. Um, yeah, it's only a matter of time. That's what I can say. So, on behalf of Phoenix, I thank you again for your time and for presenting the project. Jay, you have the floor. If you want to make your ending statement, please go ahead.
Yes, thank you for that. I was busy answering a million questions in the chat. Maybe you've seen that. Thank you all for your questions, first of all. Thank you for having us again. As my ending statement, as Casper has on the screen right now, I would like everyone to focus on our pre-sale dates. The Zelwyn Finance platform will start our pre-sale off the 27th of April, so next week. Moonstarter on the 29th, and then the final pre-sale will be on our own platform, which is the FiPi platform. Regarding that, the first launch pads are both closed launch pads. The reason why we have done this is so we could reach other communities than the usual communities that are out there publicly accessible. So we are going through those first two launch pads to reach their entire community. We'll also have AMAs in their community to have maximum exposure and to educate everyone on the project. Then for everyone else, we are also giving away a whitelist through Phoenix Holding today, if I'm correct, right? That's what
I've heard.
we.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So outside of that, the people that did not end up getting a whitelist and still want to get one, we have a Gleam contest going on currently in our Telegram as well. So you can join there, perform a couple tasks, and have a shot at getting a whitelist spot there. Other than that, the final presale that we have will be whitelist only for the first 3 to 5 minutes After that, if there's still allocation available, it will be open to the public. So I definitely recommend you to try and get a whitelist spot just to be sure that you're in the pre-sale.
Awesome.
Alex, if I can
Yeah.
add from anything from core team side, you can invest in many projects, but our project is something different. Our product is almost done, and we'll have exposure not only for the people that are from BSC space. We'll have exposure for street, let's say. And once we have been exposed for street, we will increase the price of our token immediately and rapidly. This is something different from other projects that you can have on a BSC space and not only. Thanks.
Thanks as well for that, Maciej. Yeah, I think what the team is going for is a organic growth. Remember, guys, first of all, do your research. Drop in their Telegram, their website, their white paper. Everything is there. We list it as well on Phoenix so that you guys have your methods to research the project. Maybe most important, the team has a 12-month cliff. They're not getting anything. Not on TGE, not on a month after that, and so on and so forth. Their vesting is quite harsh. That's how much they care, and that's how much they're vouching for the project. It was a pleasure hosting FiPi today. Thanks to Phoenix for joining. Thanks to the team for taking the time to present their ideas. I've been Alex, and with all the respect to everybody, we'll end here. Thanks, everybody, and hope you guys have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye, guys. Bye.
Guys, please join our Telegram, right? To be on the updated. Thanks. Bye.
Thanks, Maciej, for sure. Bye.